think about Nicholas Christakis at Harvard University, and he has found that through the phenomenon of emotional contagion, which simply stated means we adopt the dominant emotions of the people we are around, and through a type of brain cell called the mirror neuron, which causes us to mimic the people we are around, he has found that we actually start to model and behave like our friends. But here's what I love. We actually not only behave like our friends, but the friends of our friends, and the friends of our friends' friends. So we become our associations. And so hang with clowns, expect a circus. If you hang with energy vampires, if you hang with naysayers, if you hang with toxic people, if you hang with people who are all about the worst of humanity versus they're interested in beauty and magic and living a great family life and great spiritual life and building great health and making the world a brighter place, well, you hang with clowns, you expect a circus, and then you can figure out why your life is a mess because you've allowed these people. It's not all the reasons, but one of the reasons our lives get messy is when we let toxic people into our lives. And it's an act of radical self-growth to ask yourself, who are the 3 people that degrade my joy? And who are the 3 people that elevate my joy? And having the courage to release those 3 energy vampires and dream stealers in your life changes your life. Now, people always say, well, what if it's my mother? What if it's my best friend? And I would say reason, season, lifetime. Some people come into your life for a reason, some for a season, some for a lifetime. And maybe if your friend isn't growing with you, even though they've been your best friend for 10 years, love them from afar.
Okay, I get what you're saying. You know, there's a video you've got on YouTube, 6 things you wish you learned at 20. And the first one was delete people who steal your joy, which I think very much speaks to what you've just been talking about. As you've acknowledged, people will say, but it's my mum, it's my dad, it's my brother, it's my childhood friend. Do you have any practical advice on how they can actually do that?
Sure. First thing I would do is have a candid conversation. Sit down with your brother and without blame, say, here's how I'm feeling. Blame someone, they're going to go on the defense. You want them to hear you? Here's how I'm feeling. I just shared I wanted to run a marathon, or I just shared I wanted to start a business or write a book. And you immediately said it's not possible or be more practical. And it happens every single time we meet. You find something, probably not intentional, but you find something that makes me feel bad. And I just wanted to share that with you. And I love you as a brother. And I pray there's some way we can find it so we can still spend time together, but you realize how it makes me feel. So that's one way. Have a great conversation, which is really rare. A lot of us don't know how to communicate. It's like, you did this, you're a brother, you made me feel angry. So have a real conversation. I believe you can say whatever you want to anyone, so long as you say it with respect.
Yeah, it was so powerful what you said there. You're not trying to blame the other person. And I think that's the trap so many people fall into. They get agitated, they're emotionally triggered, and then they have the conversation, which just leads to more emotion, more animosity. Whereas you said, just deal with the facts. Say, hey, last week when I shared that with you, I noticed that you went to negativity straight away. Now, it may not have been your intention, you may not have meant that, but to me, it comes across as if you're always trying to dampen or pour water on my dreams, whatever it might be. It's a really, I think it's a very helpful tip for people.
So it's honoring you, it's honoring your happiness, and it's not dishonoring the person who you're speaking with. The second one, after having a clear conversation, is selective association. If after the conversation they continue because they're just being themselves and they don't want to change or they're too scared to change, well, then honor their journey. Everyone's where they're at, learning where they need to go. People are doing the best they can do based on the level of consciousness they're at. Love them from afar. And what does that look like? Well, it could look like, rather than texting your brother 7 times a day, I think we're in a world where there's just too much connection, too many conversations, too much chatting about every little thing. Selective association. See your brother once a week or once a quarter. And if they just are bringing your life down. Do whatever you want. I'm not a dogmatic here, but you have one life. And if someone is really destroying you and they're toxic, and it happens in a lot of intimate relationships, then do that person a favor and do yourself a favor and get out of that relationship.